So the tendency of those of us in the head center is a sense of wanting to figure things out through your mind, looking for data analysis to support your search for certainty and security. We feel better, all of us, in our three different ways, if we kind of know what's going to happen. Now, some of the rest of you might relate to that, but you would go about it very differently. We go about it by getting information and analyzing and thinking and studying and comparing and contrasting, but it's a mental activity. Underneath each of these triads, these three centers, is a primary emotion. Again, all of us have all of these emotions, but for us it's fear or anxiety. That in some way, that drives this pattern of thought. Now
It has to start out as a description. The transformational process, according to your type, has to start out as a kind of a cognitive idea. Else you might have been out there looking for every other emotional passion instead of the one that you had, especially the counterphobic, where it's very strongly masked. It's masked from the conscious mind that you're afraid. As long as there's an authority to appease, who's afraid? But then you have to become the authority, and there's terror in that. Trust you mentioned. To be able to trust is a difficult thing. But relaxing into the fear is going to make you more trusting of your own position. And out there, the projection of authority as being so powerful, it starts to clear. It's just a guy or a woman. It's not a big deal anymore. It's amazing, isn't it? But you've named the various features of the holy idea, which is faith, and the transformed vice contraction, which is the virtue of courage. The important thing is to take your suffering, your type structure's suffering, seriously, and to have enough compassion for self to relax it instead of going on automatic with it, because you could be highly successful going on automatic. But the suffering is the clue. I'm not doing this with comfort and ease inside. And if you can relax that, all of a sudden you have your life force, and this is interpreted according to your type as courageous. When the life force relaxes, you have to call it something. When you feel so much better inside, oh, I'm unafraid. So you call it something in English, which is courage. But it is not some silliness of getting courage from out here, a state, that somehow you've thought about and you think you can acquire it. It's the transformation of the substance of your vice constriction, your suffering, that lets the life force come through, and then the life force is doing its thing. Oh, I notice I'm more trusting of other people now. That's the beginning of faith. It's not faith in an authority. Right. It's faith in yourself that you can be an authority in the world on the horizontal, but on the vertical ascent, that you can be free in your awareness to be absorbed into the dimensions of spiritual experience, which is yet to come.